Okay, here we are. We're live. Um, Welcome to the team call, Team Rhino. This is the pre-Thanksgiving call for 2014. So, welcome everybody that's on here. It's Becky and I right now. Couple of team announcements. For one, we've got Shannon Richmond went to Emerald, and also her birthday was yesterday. So, happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
And we've got Megan Duffy is new to Team Rhino. So hi, Megan. And we also welcome Adrian Guerra. And I probably butchered that. I'm sorry, but welcome to the team. I guess one more quick announcement while we get going here. As the Black Friday sales start tonight and they go through Friday. So we need a big push on that to finish out. Always, if you have anybody that's on the verge of going, tip them over the edge and roll them on before the next month starts so you can end strong. Jody Williams, that one's for you. Okay, so now we're going to talk just a little bit about appreciation and praise. So the theme tonight is praise your competitors. So this is really the key to gaining their trust. The book that I'm reading is talks about when you bash your competitors, especially in front of customers that you're trying to sell to, it really doesn't work that well. So, you can turn that around and try to agree with them, try and compliment their products, and that will turn things around. And you'll probably surprise them. You could say something like, well, you've picked the best, and they'll go, what? Because nobody is going to expect that. So now when they're in the what stage, and now they're curious. So open the door, that is the opening to the door, and now you've got them listening. So, I guess something else to add with that is you should also know your competition very well, especially if you're going to compliment them. You don't want to blindly compliment because that's a bad thing too. So, okay, what else do we have here? Something else that you can use to compliment them is that everyone likes to be right. And if you're trying to prove people wrong all the time, it hardly ever goes the right way. So try and compliment them as best you can. And, let them be right. It's okay. Not that you have to be wrong, but if you let them be right, it lets them save face. And again, you'll get their ears open and maybe you can work your way in and get to them. Something else that we talked about, excuse me. There was an example in the book of unflattering emails. So think about the case where whether it's your downline or one of your people, if you just send them a note and it just chews them right out, it's never received well. And I know that from experience. My boss can be bad at that. So he'll send emails that he doesn't think are bad or pointing, but really they kind of make me feel bad, and it never really, you end up in a hostile situation or, guarding yourself. And when you're doing that, your ears aren't open. So, when you look back at it later, and usually after I have conversations with my boss, the whole thing just seems naive and silly. So, to really think about those and use the opposite approach, the praise approach, and just see what you get done. So, I have a note here that praising is not what they expect. So, again, when you're talking to some people and they might be expecting a chewing out or something like that, it's just not going to work. My dang phone is ringing. Can you guys believe this? Mute, sorry. Okay, where was I at? Okay, so the same thought process goes for working with our downlines, our peers, and Becky can probably tell you that when they're dealing with our kids, you can't always beat on them, right? We have to praise them sometimes. So just some examples. Something else that was referenced in there was speak ill of no man, because it doesn't really do any good to talk poorly about them. And I also had a reference from the Dale Carnegie books, which was, don't criticize, condemn, or complain, because that only looks bad on you. And quite honestly, people aren't going to want to buy from you if you're criticizing, condemning, or complaining, or if you're talking ill about other people, products, whatever. So again, just some key little thoughts. One last thing to leave you with on this subject is be certain that the praise that you give is warranted, and it's it's worthy of the praise. Blind praise is no good, and blind appreciation is no good if it doesn't really mean something. So you want to dig down, make sure it does mean something. Get involved and make it make sense. So if you give it blindly, you will lose credibility, and then you can say goodbye to your sale. So, okay, with that, I'll leave it at that. Brian asked me to talk about some books that I'm currently reading. I'm reading a book called Start With Why. And I always have How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie on my bookshelf. And for the sales guys out there and gals, that's a great one for how to manipulate. I shouldn't say manipulate, but read, engage people, and how to work and just, I always called it a good person book. So, and the last book that I'm sort of working on at the same time is called Start. These are all great books for you young guys. And I think Nate Iott posted about GoPro, which is another awesome book. So, okay. With that, we have Becky Bowden on the call, and we're going to let her tell us a little bit about what she does. So, Becky, why don't you tell us a little bit about your family and your work background?
Sure. Hey guys. Let's see. I've been married for almost 15 years, and we have 4 boys. And so right now, for the last almost 13 years, I've been a stay-at-home mom. But my work background before that was in business management, and I have a degree in that. So I have always kind of thought that I would have my own business someday. This is not what I was thinking, but this has been a perfect fit so far. And it works great with our family life.
Okay, thank you. And how about your fitness background, including Beachbody or anything that you started before?
So I grew up, I was the youngest in my family, and I have 2 older brothers that were really into athletics. And so I kind of was a tag along, got into high school sports and went to college and did things recreationally because, then fitness to me was having fun, and that just kind of carried through my life through then. And then after college, my husband and I got married, and our first son came shortly after that. And that's kind of where things kind of changed, and where the journey I'm on now started, because I started staying home. I quit my job, and when you have kids and you're with them all the time, it's really hard to do the fitness that you were used to doing. And so it's been about being creative and finding time and that kind of thing. And it's kind of evolved over the years. And I did my first triathlon last summer, and that was after being encouraged by Brooks and Kent, my husband, because he's done a few Olympic tries, and it's just a great motivation for us to be fit and have a goal. But really, the place we are in right now with our busy family life is that we just have really struggled to find time to fit and fitness, and this has been the perfect way for us to do it. We started with Insanity, I think a year and a half ago. Some friends of ours told us that they were doing Insanity together as a couple, and we thought, oh, that's interesting, never thought about that before. So we did Insanity together, and that was really character building for both of us. It kicked our butts, but it felt so good, and we were hooked after that. And then we've done T25, and after we finished T25 was when I signed on to do to be a coach, which was this summer, I think, July, I think.
Yeah, seems right.
Yeah.
So what made you become a coach other than me bugging you all the time?
Well, I had kind of already been thinking about the potentials of it and just kind of wondering what it meant to be a coach from the ads that they tack onto the videos you do, and just was always curious about it. But I think a big part of it for me was that I was hooked, and I just figured, this is something that I can see myself doing, and if this is how I'm finding my best results, I want to share this with people. I want to share this with my friends, and I have a lot of friends who are also stay-at-home moms, and it's a great outlet if it's hard for people to get out of the house. You don't have to pay for a gym fee. You don't have to be self-conscious at a gym. You can do it on your own time frame. You don't have to worry about grubby gym daycares. I mean, those are all things that everyone worries about, and I do have a lot of, in my challenge group right now, most of them are just like me, stay-at-home moms and fitting it in when they can.
Awesome. So you're connecting with people that are like you, and that's a pretty good selling point for a lot of us too. Is that people with similar interests, we're able to connect with them, and we've heard Ryan talk about that a lot. The connection is the key.
Yes.
So, what do you think has given you the most success so far? You've been really successful with this, and I'm super proud of you. But what's given you that success so far? What do you think?
I think it has just been, I think shortly after I kind of started getting into it and was getting comfortable with what I was doing, I kind of realized that I just really needed to be myself and be real with people, and even share my struggles with people. I think part of what really drew me to Insanity to begin with was after my fourth baby, I had some baby blues, some postpartum depression, and exercise and changing my diet and all of that really helped me pull out of it. And so I have a passion for that, and I feel like when you can be relatable to people, and you can be empathetic to their struggles, and just be genuine and real and be like, you know what? I have days when I really do not want to work out and I almost hate it, but I do it because you do it for the big picture of it. Even when you don't feel like it, you just do it anyway. And I think that has really helped me a ton, because people can relate to me that way, because we all have those feelings. And I'm not, I make sure people know I'm not any kind of fitness instructor or expert. I'm just like everybody else, and I be like everybody else is. And so I think that has helped me the most.
Okay. Awesome. And I agree with that too. Just be real and be the connection between people that want to get fit and what you have available as tools. So that's what we do as coaches. That's well defined. So, okay. What are you reading or studying or listening to right now to motivate yourself?
Well, actually, the past few months I've been leading a Bible study at my church, and that has really kind of consumed my time in that area. But I would say that I do read my Bible every day, and that is my main motivation and encouragement. But I do also, just because it's been easy, and I need, if anyone has suggestions for me, I'd love to hear them. I feel like it's easier for me to listen to something than to sit down and read, just because I'm very busy. I feel like I don't have time to sit down and read. So I do listen to some of Shailene's podcasts, and those are pretty good.
The dog stole the ball.
Bad Greasy.
Yes, the dog is being bad. Sorry, rest of the team that listens to this later. Okay. I guess in parting, do you have any general advice for the team that you can leave with them? Leave them with?
That's a hard one, because I still feel kind of new, and I feel like I should be getting advice from everybody else. But I think with the theme, the phrase comes to mind, attitude with gratitude. And I don't have any coaches under me right now, but with the people in my challenge groups, I do try to, like I said, be genuine with them, and just be thankful for the journey that they're on with me, because they help me just as much as I'm helping them in the accountability department. And in the praise department, I am trying really hard to just kind of meet them where they are, and praise them with all the little victories that they have. And I feel like that has really brought a lot of people together in my challenge groups, and people will post pictures of cookies and be like, look what I passed up today, or they'll post their struggles, and then other people will be encouraging each other through that, and they don't even know each other. They're all over the country, and that has been encouraging to me to see them do that. And so I think when we're open to sharing our struggles too, then they feel more comfortable with being more open with theirs.
Okay. You froze for a minute, so. All right. Well, I think that's.
Sorry.
No, that's awesome. And thank you so much for being on the call. I hope this all works, and I wish that everyone else could be on the call too, because it's pretty enlightening to hear this from one of my coaches. So awesome job. And I just guess I'll leave everybody with have a happy Thanksgiving. And if you're looking for this afterwards, I hope it was a great Thanksgiving. And I guess we'll see you on the next daily update from me for the rest of this week. So peace out, and everybody have a good one. Thank you so much, Becky.
Yep, thanks.